Hey guys, Mona Lisa here, and I'm going to be reacting to Game of Thrones Season 2 Episode 1, and I cannot wait to get started. This show is just absolutely amazing, and I can't believe I've been missing out on this. What I'm looking forward to is obviously the whole Daenerys story with the baby dragons. That's going to be very interesting, I think. Obviously, she's now the true dragon, and I think a lot of people are going to be surprised and scared of her now. So yeah, that's going to be a really good storyline. The same with Arya and Gendry going up to Castle Black. That's going to be very, very interesting, I think. And yeah, I can't wait to get started on that. And obviously the guys up at Castle, I keep wanting to say Castle Rock, it's not, it's Castle Black. Them obviously now gone beyond the wall and gonna fight the White Walkers and what have you. So yeah, I cannot wait for that. And obviously Tyrion as well, going down to King's Landing to become the King's Hand. I think he's about the only one who can put Joffrey in his place. So I'm hoping that's going to be something like that, and I cannot wait. My whiteboard I'm still going to be doing, and I'm going to do a wrapping up the season like I did with season 1, so you can sort of see my chart where people have gone and that. So yeah, that being said, let's get started. Oh, that's the Hound.
Well struck, dog.
So this is one of his little games.
Did you like that?
It was well struck, Your Grace.
I already said it was well struck.
Yes, Your Grace.
Beloved nephew.
Oh, here we go.
We looked for you on the battlefield.
I've been here ruling the kingdoms.
What a fine job you've done. This one doesn't like me.
Can't imagine why.
My lady, I'm sorry for your loss.
Her father was a confessed traitor.
But still her father. Surely having so recently lost your own beloved father, you can sympathize.
My father was a traitor. My mother and brother are traitors too. I am loyal to my beloved Joffrey.
Of course you are.
Oh, he does not look happy.
I wish I could stay and celebrate. But there is work to be done.
What work? Why are you here?
So he's brought some of the guys from the woods. Oh, he's really going to stir it up, isn't he?
Don't get up. More ravishing than ever, big sister. What agrees with you?
What are you doing here? This is the small council.
Yes, well, I do believe the Hand of the King is welcome at all small council meetings.
Our father is Hand of the King.
In his absence.
Your father has named Lord Tyrion to serve as hand in his stead while he fights.
Out! All of you out!
Look at him.
Joffrey is king.
Joffrey is king.
You are here to advise him.
Only here to advise him. And if the king listens to what I say, the king might just get his Uncle Jaime back. You love your children. It's your one redeeming quality, that and your cheekbones. Starks love their children as well. And we have 2 of them.
One.
One?
Arya, little animal, she disappeared.
We had 3 Starks to trade. You chopped one's head off and let another escape. Father would be furious. Must be odd for you to be the disappointing child.
Oh.
Your liege lord. Do you remember your vows, sir?
So what is he like, the King's Hand?
Spare formations for a week, my lord. Will that be sufficient to repair your walls?
I believe it will.
We didn't want him here all day, did we?
Didn't like the way he was talking about Robb.
Nor did I.
brother say about them, Khaleesi?
He said they ate meat.
He didn't tell you what kind of meat.
Where's the other ones? Oh, that was her horse.
Promise to protect them. Promise them that enemies would die screaming. How do I make starvation scream?
We go west to the Dothraki Sea. The first Khalasar we meet will kill us and take your dragons.
No one will take my dragons.
They're too weak to fight. As are your people. You must be their strength.
As you are mine.
Shirakato, Shirago, Shikavado. Vishierave Kishiam. Maya Dotretif, Maya Vashatif, Maya Hashatif. Achalea Shahum. Mareki Veki Yamea Anon.
I suppose they are just like nomads, aren't they?
Ricardo. Achalika Anni, Sakbakoi. You never have.
This is a bad time to start. I haven't seen a girl in 6 months.
I'd keep on not seeing him if I were you.
But he don't like people messing with his daughters.
He don't like people messing with his wife.
He said he planned his stop here, on his way to the Frostfangs.
People make all sorts of plans. I haven't seen Benjen Stark in 3 years. Haven't had any good wine for a long time. You Southerners make good wine.
We're not Southerners.
Who's this little girl? What's your name?
Jon Snow.
Snow. All you lot from south of the wall. You Southerners. But now you're in the north. The real north.
Lad meant no harm.
You want to know what Mance Raider's doing? Gathering an army. What I hear, he's already got more men than any of your southern kings.
And where does he plan marching this army?
When you're all the way north, there's only one direction to go.
Who am I?
Lord Commander.
And who are you?
Your steward.
You want to lead one day? We'll learn how to follow.
Yeah. He needs to know his place, doesn't he?
Our darkness, we offer you these false gods. Take them and cast your light upon us. After the long summer, darkness will fall heavy on the world. Stars will bleed.
We need to stop her.
Who's she?
In the ancient books, it's written that a warrior will draw a burning sword from the fire. And that sword shall be Lightbringer. Stannis Baratheon, warrior of light. Your sword awaits you.
Oh.
When Eddard Stark learnt the truth, he told only me. I'll not make the same mistake. Send copies of that letter to every corner of the realm, from the Arbor to the Wall.
I don't remember having seen Stannis.
Stannis does not need to beg this lord or that lord for support. The Lord of Light stands behind him.
And how many ships has the Lord of Light got in his fleet?
You have chosen the new god over the old gods. May the Lord of Light watch over us all. Shall we drink together?
Oh, there was that poison he put in his...
I keep expecting you to leave me one castle or another for safekeeping, but you drag me along from camp to camp.
If I left you with one of my bannermen,
father would know within a fortnight. My bannerman would receive a raven with a message. Release my son, and you'll be rich beyond your dreams. Refuse, and your house will be destroyed, root and stem.
So what's the age difference between these two? Oh shit!
Sent ravens to all the High Lords of Westeros. The King Joffrey Baratheon is neither a true king nor a true Baratheon. He's your bastard son. My father learned the truth. That's why you had him executed.
I was your prisoner when that Stark lost his head.
And your son killed him so the world would learn who fathered him, and you pushed my brother from a window because he saw you with the Queen.
Oh, don't kill him. Don't kill him.
Your Grace.
I wonder if I might ask you for a favor.
Of course, Your Grace.
Ned Stark's youngest daughter, Arya. We can't seem to locate her.
You could ask Varys where she is. He'll have an answer for you, whether you believe it. Myself, I have always had a hard time trusting eunuchs.
The Mockingbird. You created your own sigil, didn't you?
Yes.
Appropriate. For a
Yeah.
self-made man with so many songs to sing.
When boys and girls live in the same home, awkward situations can arise. Sometimes I've heard even brothers and sisters develop certain affections. And when those affections become common knowledge, well, that is an awkward situation. Indeed. Especially in a prominent family.
Oh, you better watch yourself.
Knowledge is power.
Can also get you killed.
Seize him. Cut his throat. I've changed my mind. Let him go. Power is power. Do see if you can take some time away from your coins and your whores to locate the Stark girl for me. I would very much appreciate it.
I offer your cousins peace if they meet my terms. Your family must release my sisters. My father's bones must be returned to us so he may rest beside his brother and sister in the crypts beneath Winterfell. And the remains of all those who died in his service must also be returned. Joffrey and the Queen Regent must renounce all claim to dominion of the North. From this time to the end of time, we are a free and independent kingdom. These are my terms. If I trade the Kingslayer for 2 girls, my bannerman will string me up by my feet.
You want to leave Sansa in the Queen's hands? And Arya? I haven't heard a word about Arya. What are we fighting for if not for them?
It's more complicated than that, you know it is. You can't go to Winterfell.
Beg your pardon?
Tomorrow, you'll ride south to the Stormlands. I need you to negotiate with Renly Baratheon. He's rallied an army of 100,000. You know him, you know his family. When they feel the jaw's beginning to shut, they'll sue for peace. We'll get the girls back. And we'll all go home. For good.
I was worried he's going to be like really hot-headed because of his father's death, but now he seems to have it together, and she doesn't.
We need to set our armies to the task of finding her. I'm sure if you asked Grandfather...
The king does not ask. He commands. My grandfather's stupidity in the field of battle is the reason Robb Stark is Uncle Jaime in the first place.
Oh, it's because of you, you little shit.
I heard a disgusting lie about Uncle Jaime. And you?
Our enemies will say anything to weaken your claim to the throne. No one believes this foul gossip.
Someone believes it. I'm asking if he fucked other women when he grew tired of you. How many bastards does he have running? What you just did is punishable by death. You will never do it again.
Yeah, this is what you've created.
Lord Commander.
see you again.
You killed the bastard!
Shit, so they're gonna have all of the bastards executed. Alright, so that was season 2, episode 1. Wow, what an episode. That was quite a season start. Before I just get started, I don't know if you've noticed the two banners in the intro and the outro here. It's a challenge I was set on Patreon by Ava Merlin. And I probably said it wrong, so you know who you are. I am very sorry. Basically, there's a banner for which house I think will win and which house I want to win, basically win the throne at the end of the show. And I'm allowed to change my opinion once every season. So yeah, this season 2 here, I think the Starks are gonna win, and I want them to win. So we'll see how we get on with that. So yeah, let's have a look at the episode. Obviously, we started out with Joffrey and his name day. These little ridiculous challenges he's got just shows his maturity or immaturity, and the fact that a kid like that should not be ruling. He's too immature. Yeah, he's crazy. I think even without knowing that the Hound and Sansa are kind of telling him, you know, no, you can't do this and that, and he buys into it in the end. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can sort of get a bit more power over him. I don't think they will be able to, but yeah, we'll see. Obviously, Tyrion showed up, which they were all shocked about, and I like the fact that he said, "I'm sorry about your loss to Sansa," and Joffrey was like, "Well, whatever," like he did when Bran fell, and he just doesn't have any empathy or sympathy for anybody. It's just ridiculous. It's all about me, and yeah, and you can see Tyrion, he was quite furious with Joffrey, the fact that he didn't have any sympathy, the fact that it was her father who died, and he had a father who died as well. So yeah, you can just see the sort of Tyrion's expressions like, what the fuck's wrong with you, kid? Yeah, I thought it was quite funny that Tyrion, he had all the woodsmen with him that he fought with. He had them with him to King's Landing, so I thought that was quite funny. They don't really fit in there, do they? But yeah, it is his gang, isn't it? So that's gonna be good fun. Obviously, Tyrion and Cersei had a little discussion, and it looks like the tables have turned. Tyrion is in control of his sister now, and he's putting her down a bit. So I think that's a bit of payback for how he's been treated before. He holds a bit of power now, so he's going to sort of rub it in their face, I think. And yeah, I love that. I love that. Him coming to King's Landing, just the entrance is brilliant. And then we got to Bran and Leuven. I think his name is his teacher, Maester, or whatever he's called. I really like him. I've completely neglected him in the first season, and which is a shame. But yeah, he's definitely going on my chart. He's a really good teacher, very well grounded, and sort of explaining to Bran, you know, why this and why that, and he was teaching Bran earlier in season 1 about the meaning of the different houses and the like sayings that the houses had. So yeah, I'm really liking him. And it looks like Bran as well. He's getting a bit more responsibility, even though he's only 10. Obviously, he's the man of the house at the moment, isn't he? So he's having to make decisions, basically. And I love the way that he was being helped with that. He's having another dream now, which I guess will be revealed later on, like for the first dream he had in season 1. This time it was a wolf going to look at his own reflection in a pond or whatever it was. That was quite interesting. I don't know what that means yet, but I'm sure we'll find out later. It's obviously some kind of premonition of something, I don't know. But yeah, I can't wait to see that. It seems like that's going to be a thing now, that Bran has a dream every season. Daenerys, it's not going very well for her, is it? People are starving, horses dying, and the dragon babies aren't eaten. So yeah, it's not a good sign. They're very weak at the moment, the whole lot of them, and they are all in danger. It doesn't matter where they go, they're quite vulnerable. So I never thought about that at the the season finale. I didn't. It never even occurred to me that obviously, yeah, they are in trouble. The people who are left with her now are the slaves, isn't it? And they were weak to begin with. So yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go. I can't remember his name. One of the Dothrakians, who's the young guy who's with her still. Was he? I don't know. But yeah, I quite like him. He was the one who swung the whip and then sort of it got around Viserys when he was sort of threatening Daenerys. Yeah, I like him. He seems like a very loyal guy, and yeah, he's a really good character. And as well with Jorah Mormont, I love him. I think he's probably one of my favourite characters, just based on the fact that he's such a genuine guy, loyal, and he tells the truth, you know, and he's there to advise, not to sort of manipulate. So yeah, I really love this guy, and I really hope those two, him and Daenerys, are going to become a couple. That would be really good. I think he's quite grounded, so I think he would be good for her. Even though there is an age difference, I think that would be a good couple. Then we had the whole. Jon is starting to annoy me a bit, I gotta say. The kid needs to know his place and shut up when the adults are talking. He's very hot-headed and too opinionated, I think, and the Lord Commander had to put him in his place. He's talking when he shouldn't be talking, and I don't know, I am starting to think he thinks he is more important than what he is. And I think it was the second episode, Benjen and him, when they were at the wall looking out at like the beyond the wall, Benjen was saying that he was going out there, and Jon was like, well, I want to come with you, and Benjen was like, nah, you're not good enough, you're not experienced enough or whatever. And I felt a bit bad for Jon then, but I can see now that, yeah, no, Benjen and the Lord Commander are right. You know, he's too inexperienced, too young, too green. So yeah, he needs to just calm down a bit. So yeah, he's starting to annoy me a bit, which is a shame, but yeah, it is what it is. We were introduced to Stannis at Dragonstone, I think it was, which was also in the sort of intro. Obviously a new place, and this priestess, yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on there. I don't know if it's like a new religion or what is going on, but it sort of sounded like they were going away from the old gods and praying to new gods or something. A bit confused with that, but yeah, obviously Stannis is sort of forming his own army and wanting to get the throne back, which Renly also wants, and it doesn't seem like they like each other very much, and they're not going to be working together, which is a bit of a shame because it sounded like they both have a lot of men and potentially they could both overthrow the Lannisters if they wanted to, but I don't know. But that priestess, he's very weird. Like the old guy was drinking. Well, he put poison in the drink, had a bit himself, died, and she had a drink and it didn't affect her. So it's definitely something witchy about her or something. I don't know. Definitely something wrong. Robb and Jaime. I think it's clear Jaime knows that his dad is not gonna sort of give Robb money to release him. That's just not the kind of guy he is. He is gonna be fighting to get Jaime back, and Jaime is definitely a prisoner. I still think somebody's gonna release him. There's a traitor in amongst them, so I can't wait to see what's gonna happen there. Grey Wind, like how freaking big was that wolf? It's like he came in and he was standing next to Robb and he was like massive. I mean, last time we saw him, I think it's when he bit the fingers of Little John or whatever his name was. He was like a normal sized dog, and now he's like freaking massive. Like, what the hell is going on there? Yeah, that was quite impressive. I mean, you could see that Jaime was actually scared of that wolf. Like, I don't know if he's not seen one before or what, but yeah, he was definitely freaked out. So yeah. Littlefinger and Cersei. Wow. She put him in his place, didn't she? He was coming across all, arrogant, his usual, manipulative way. I know something you don't, and blah blah blah. I think Cersei is threatened by him, and he was trying to pull a fast one on her, saying that knowledge is power, which it can be, but knowledge is also something that can get you killed, because that's what killed John Ayers. God, these freaking names. Yeah, that's what killed the old King's Hand, and I suppose Ned as well. Well, he would have killed Ned in the end, wouldn't it? So, knowledge can get you killed. And I don't like Cersei, but she's getting some really good lines. There was the episode, I think it was called, what it was, what was this he said? If you don't, something about if you don't play the Game of Thrones, if you don't win, you die, or something like that. Something along those lines was a really good line. And here she was like, yeah, power is power, just basically showing off, and that was a really good line as well. So I don't like her, but she's getting some pretty good lines. And and it looks like Cat is gonna be going to see Renly. I don't know. I mean, I think she's pretty much shown that she cannot negotiate or talk to people. I mean, she talked to the old guy at the twins, and Robb has to marry one of his daughters, and Arya have to marry one of the sons. So what the hell? I don't see that going down. I don't see that. I can't see that's going to go well. So the whole Joffrey asking Cersei, about the bastard children, and whether, the rumours about him being Jaime's kid. He's losing it. I mean, she slapped him, and he was basically threatening her. If you do that again, I will kill you. And I think he needs to be a bit more careful now. She is. I still think she holds a lot of power, and her father holds a lot of power. And I think Joffrey needs to be a bit more careful. because going against that family, even if you are part of the family, I don't think that's a good idea. So yeah, he needs to sort of watch himself a bit more, I think, especially now Tyrion is there as well. I think Cersei and Tyrion, you know, yeah, he needs to watch himself. And then the shocker of this episode is absolutely disgusting. Joffrey having all the bastards killed. I did not see that coming. Sick. Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I mean, the babies as well. I mean, I don't like to talk about religion, but there was something biblical about it, because that did happen in the Bible as well. They were going around and painting a cross on the doors of firstborn sons, and yeah, Joffrey had the bastards killed here. So the most disgusting part of it was you saw one of the soldiers where the crowd was basically just dangling a baby by its leg. I mean, fucking hell. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm, yeah, gobsmacked. I was not expecting that. Obviously, Gendry got out of there with the Arya, so yeah, but no, that whole, no, I can't even put it into words. It's so sick. Yeah, it just shows his mentality, and yeah, he seriously needs to be careful now, because I think the people are definitely going to go against him now, having, you know, babies killed. Yeah, he seriously needs to go. Yeah, so yeah, that was pretty much the episode. Very good episode, but shocking ending. Yeah. My top fives. Number 1 is Tyrion. Couldn't be anybody else, could it? I just love the guy. He's so in your face, and yeah, I can't wait to see his what's gonna come. Second one is Robb. He's got it together really well, I think, considering he's still a young guy and he's never had to fight before. So I think he's making some really good choices, and yeah, his journey is going to be very interesting. I think he's a good leader. Even at I don't know how old he is, but yeah, very good leader, I think, and good old soldier, king. Third one is the Lord Commander, Mormont. I love this guy. I wasn't sure about him, but I absolutely love this guy. Very level-headed, and yeah, he's putting Jon in his place, which he needs to do as well. So I think he wants Jon to succeed, and Jon has to just listen and shut his gob. And yeah, I love this guy, and I hope he's going to be a while. I hope he's going to be. God, I can't even talk. I hope he's going to be around for quite a while yet. I don't think he will be, but we'll see. My fourth is Daenerys. I feel really bad for her. She's had a hell of a life, hasn't she? And it's just all going wrong for her now. Whether craziness is gonna go, gonna affect her, I don't know. But yes, I really do. I feel for her, and I enjoy her journey as well. So yeah, she's my number 4. Number 5, I can't even read what I've put down. Oh, it's what's her name? Shay. Sorry, I can't read my own writing. I can't even. Shay. She's such a good character. I think her and Tyrion work together really well. A very good couple, I think. They're sort of on the same wavelength, aren't they? So yeah, she's funny, and she's keeping it real, as you would say. So yeah, I love her. I can't wait to see more of her. So yeah, that was the top 5. Bottom 5, number 1 is Joffrey. I mean, who else could it be? I mean, having little babies killed, what kind of sick bastard does that? So yeah, there's not much to say about that. Number 2 is Littlefinger. I just don't like the guy, and again, he's trying to show off in this episode, being the big big guy, and it didn't work for him this time, but he is still trying, isn't he? So yeah. Third one is Stannis. I don't think we've seen him before. I don't remember seeing him, but then again, I miss quite a lot of things. But I don't like him. There's something about him I don't feel right about. So he's coming across sort of like a Lannister, quite arrogant, and I don't like him. I can't quite explain why, but it's just something that I'm not trusting about him. So yeah, he's the third. Number 4 is Cersei. She's going down a little bit more on my list because I'm starting to feel a little bit bad for her. She's created a monster, and it's just all going wrong for her. And I think she's starting to realize now what mistakes she's made, what she has created, and I'm hoping she's going to be able to redeem herself. And so she's still on my do not like list, but she's coming down a bit more. Number 5, you will probably be surprised that he's on here, but it's Jon. It's like, it's not that I don't like him, but I don't like his attitude. I think he just needs to shut up and listen and learn, and stop being so bullheaded and opinionated and thinking, everybody needs to know what I want and what I think. Know your place, and then you can, after you've learnt everything from your commander, then you can start, having your opinion on that. But at the moment, you are a steward, and respect that. So, that was the top and bottom 5. Again, I've got a Patreon where you can see the full reactions on there, both for the Game of Thrones and for Breaking Bad. So feel free to go on there and have a look at that. And I want to thank you guys so much. There's quite a few people on Patreon now, and I really appreciate that. It's really nice to be able to share my full reactions, because I feel like sharing bits of it on YouTube, you just don't get the full sort of meaning of it. It's really hard. I mean, I've already had 1/2 episode blocked on there, so it's really hard to put on there what you want, and it's really nice to be able to share the full length reaction on there. So thank you guys so much for joining up on there, and you guys on YouTube as well, for all your comments and support and subscribers. It's just gone mad. It's like I'm nearly up to 600 now, which I was not expecting. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate that. It just makes the journey so much fun, and all your comments, I really appreciate that. It makes it so much fun to do these reactions, to get the feedback and that, and your opinions and your corrections and that. I love that. And I was going to say something else, and I've completely forgotten now. Couldn't have been that important then. No, probably not. I think I'm going to stop here. So please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and I will see you in the next episode.